Wednesday, August 11th. I'm going to take a look at the SPY here. This video is on why the SPY will possibly crash in the next 6 months. I believe it's a high probability. So let's take a look. This is a chart without any indicators. Yeah, this all started 2018. We had that little blip. It was a pretty decent drop, we thought. Then 2019, when the Fed said they were going to raise rates, everyone freaked out, and it was pretty crazy. So they didn't like that, and that really dropped hard. And then after that, we rode back, pretty strong. A little blip here, very tiny, move back, a little bigger back in June of 2019. Chopped around, bounced, and then we really rode up strong October to January 2020, and then February, then a coronavirus hit, and then we just fell like a rock from like 340 to 218. Now, after that, what happened? We bounced back and forth. Some people said we're going to test that low again. Yeah, I thought it was possible. And then it started to keep going and going. And, never tested that low. We had some nice little pullbacks. That was small, not big, back in September, October, even November. But, nothing that substantial. This was a pretty decent pullback. But look, as we keep going and going. Now, technical analysis is, absolute facts. That's why there's technical analysis. I was watching CNBC. Was it Pete Najarian? He said, you understand. He's like, I'm not even going to tell you that I 100% understand technical analysis or something like charts. He's not like a chart guy. Charts are probably more important than fundamentals when you're looking at most stocks. If you're looking at Apple and this, fundamentals are important, of course. Most stocks, you have to look at these charts. You have to understand what they mean from the monthly, weekly to the daily chart. This is called a rising wedge for a reason. And the reason is the space is wide and it gets tighter. See here? It's getting smaller, not that small from here, but it's getting smaller, shrinking. Look it up here. Look how tight it is from here to here. And you have connection points. You have 1, 2, 3, almost 4, 5, and it's getting very tight up here. Now, a falling wedge pattern is a neutral, and it's a completely bearish pattern. If you've ran from 220 to 440, what do you think you're going to do? Just go to 800, 1,000? I doubt it. You're going to have pullbacks along the way, just like we did back here. Look at this. And then you had a major crash. And look at the moves. They get bigger and bigger, the crashes. And pullbacks, crashes, not pullbacks, but crash. You can call this a crash, and it was a straight down. But, would you even call 20% from here a crash? Or, well, look where it's ran from here to here. That would be normal pullback. You're not going to go straight up forever. So, there's reasons too for it. Is the Fed going to finally stop keeping rates low? They're going to start moving them up slightly. This coronavirus, this Delta virus, Lambda virus, they're like 100,000, 200,000 cases in some cities now. Death rates climbing again. I'm in Philadelphia. They said everyone's got to wear masks again inside. That's not good. So, going into December, what's going to happen with flu season again? Is it going to be totally washed out? Is this going to really pick up hard in the wintertime? How's the economy going to be affected? They already came out and said Southwest Airlines is cutting forecasts for, I'm not sure if it's the rest of this year or next year, but probably the rest of this year. So, we have a lot of problems here. And, the market's being propped up again by the Fed. We all know the Fed, as long as the Fed's there, we're going to pump money. But eventually you're going to get a pullback or something is going to happen again, like an event. The market's just not going to go up forever. It needs consolidation, needs pullback. Could this be a crash with Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin going to pull back again? I don't think so right now, unless if the market crashes, will Bitcoin pull back? It's hard to say what they will do with Bitcoin if the market crashes. Is that going to be a safe haven? Maybe that'll move up. So it depends how they react to it. with this market when it eventually crashes. Now, when's it going to crash? Yeah, could it happen in October? October is known for crashes, possibly November. December is usually strong months. After that, could be January, February. So we could run out this year pretty good. We'll see. But this is getting tighter and tighter. Just like when I called this, I said this back in 2019. So it's a rising wedge. I thought it would, fall off. I didn't know that would happen. Coronavirus. No one did. What's going to be the next major to make this market move? The next major happening in the market is going to be another coronavirus part two. Is something else going to happen? We're going to see here, but I just believe technically from a chart perspective, something will happen. Now, what comes first, the egg, chicken, or the egg? It's the old saying. Well, I know this pattern. We're not going to go up forever. Just like when I call this pattern, I call these. And this is so far extended from your 340 level in February, March. Now let's look at all my indicators here. The 200 day, when you're that far away from that's at 311, you're way over 130 points away from that. You could fall all the way back to this 50% level. It's 340. You could put in a tail here, maybe to 300. I don't know if we're going to go that far. I'm saying I think we'll get to about 340-ish, a pullback around that area. We'll see. That's what I believe will happen. That's the weekly chart. So here's the daily chart. Look at a straight line up. You could slice through that with butter. So that's 200 day right now is at almost 400. If something happens, you could drop easily to that. Maybe that's going to be the point. Maybe we'll go to 400. Not a huge drop, but maybe there. And then I could see a tail in like 360, 350, 340 if something happens. So, technically speaking, this is a run from last March, heavy run, and we haven't had a really strong pullback or something's going to happen in the market again. Real estate's pretty high. They keep pushing this rent thing with landlords, like they're holding off on, kicking people out of their homes. They keep extending things. We're going to see what's going to happen here in the next 6-7 months. And this coronavirus isn't going away. Hospitality industry was moving up again, but they got crushed again. Like some of them stocks, was it CCL, RCL, all them, the airline stocks, they really had a strong pullback. So here's my other chart. This is what everything exponential moving averages. So this is the weekly. You can see here, very beautiful straight lines here. The daily on these, this puts it at right about 400. That's only any little move. You could get a 400 like that. Now, would that be a crash? I don't think so. That would be a really strong correction pullback. Here's my other one with the 50-day. You can see here. So that is a tight wedge. We've seen that before. So if you understand technical analysis, a lot of people might watch this, understand that. Look that up. Look up falling wedge, rising wedge. This is a rising wedge. There's no doubt about it. So it's just what will make this market crash again. The Fed, coronavirus, some other unforeseen event. Now, when it's all coronavirus, why can't there be something else that happens? It's possible. Anything's possible. Could it be coronavirus part 2? Could this really get bad again? And death rate starts rising. What if it gets real bad and it's like 200,000-300,000 cases a day and they have to lock down cities again, New York again? What is going to happen here? Hospitals get overrun with patients. I don't know. But right now, it's telling me something will cause this market to crash. I just don't know when. It's going to be sooner or later, within the next 6 months. I believe possibly within, I say by next February, something really could crash it to the 350, 316 mark. That's what I'm saying. Looking at futures, holding pretty steady. VIX is 1765. What is oil at? Where's oil? Crude's at 69.32. I think that might have peaked temporarily too. You know, with demand of oil, if airlines are changing their forecast, that isn't good. It looks like we topped at 75 looking at oil. You have a 65 range there. It looks like good support. We could be chop around there. Now, let me look at the VIX too. Now, the one thing with the VIX too, the VIX hasn't gone under 15 or 10 when it's like really, volatility goes away. Look at it here. Ever since the March move, it's sliding down. You have blips right here where you've had major spikes. You had one back here in May. July, I thought would go up to 30, 35 or, past 30. It didn't happen. We're running down now. It's at 16. And the weekly on the VIX, running pretty flat here. If this gets on their 1510, that might be even more complacency, and then something happens and we just get a major shoot up, in the market. Monthly, not its MACD histogram. It's hard to use that on the VIX, but trying to see if there's anything decreasing in the MACD a little bit, slightly. The monthly's coming down. It's in a channel now. See this? We're getting spikes in this channel. The high is getting lower and the low is getting lower. Now, are we going to get a 1510? Yeah, 15's held a while. So we haven't had a major spike up to one of these levels since way back in February. So we'll see what happens here. If the VIX goes under 15 to like 10, and we just flatten, it did that way back here in 2020. See, this we went as low as 11, 10. See that? Is complacency, and then something happened, an event, we broke up and really broke up. So we'll see what happens here. But I believe there'll be something. If you call that a crash going to 350, 360, from where we're at now, it seems like a crash, but we're up so high. That's the thing there. So could it be a 20% correction? I could see that too. So we'll see if something happens at an event in the next 6 months. If I'm wrong, we'll come on and say I'm wrong. So we'll see what happens in the market with the SPY. All right. Please subscribe to Mike Kammen Trades Alerts. YouTube, smash the like button, leave comments. Instagram, Mike Kammen Trades. Or Mike Kammen Alerts now. I think I changed it. StockTwits, Mike Kammen Alerts. TikTok, Mike Frank II. And what do I have? StockTwits, Mike Kammen Alerts too. And that's it. All right. Peace.